Okay, so maybe you've heard of Tesla before. And no, not Nikola Tesla. I'm talking about Tesla Motors. Yeah, them. Now, there's something different about Tesla that really makes them stand out from any other car manufacturer. Why, you might ask? Well, I'm not just gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so first, let's start off with the CEO. This guy is Elon Musk, and he's basically an entrepreneurial god sent down from the business heavens among us. Seriously. He's a co-founder and CEO of SpaceX, co-founder of PayPal, co-founder of SolarCity, and of course, co-founder and CEO of Tesla Motors. So, I mean, you already know Tesla's off to a pretty good start. Just saying. So in 2008, Tesla debuted the Roadster, which was a sporty electric vehicle that had a 200-mile range, which was actually pretty awesome for it being 2008, mind you. After the Roadster was released, in 2012, the Model S was released. And then later in 2015, the Model X was released. So I figured that this video would pretty much be stupid if I just told you a bunch of facts and didn't really show you anything. So I decided to take the liberty upon myself to go and call Tesla. And while I didn't get a chance to record the phone call, I'm pretty sure it went something like this. Hi, is this Tesla? Yeah? Yeah, can I film some of your cars? No? Okay, bye. So, yeah, that was a bust. But I decided to call other used car dealerships to see if they had any Teslas in stock that they could let me film. So I ended up calling around 6 dealerships, and all of which said no, except for one. And I emailed the guy, and he was really nice, and he said that I could go film. So I said, alright, let's schedule a date. And I went and drove up to the dealership, and I met the guy, and he said, yeah, about that, we sold the car last night. Really? So after that, I decided to freak out because I had no idea what I was going to do after that. So I went home and I called another dealership, and I got lucky enough, and when I called them, the guy was actually really nice, and he was like, yeah man, sure, I'd love to film. So later that same day, I drove up to Louisville Autoplex in Louisville, who would have thought, and well, I'm just going to show you the rest. Okay, maybe that was a little bit too dramatic, but anyways, this is a Tesla Model X, and as you can see, one of its main features is its awesome Falcon Wing doors. Now, besides the Falcon Wing doors, there are a lot of other really cool features about this car, so let's break it down. First, you have this really big 17-inch monitor touchscreen that's not only in the Model X, but it's also in the Model S, and you basically control everything about this car through that touchscreen. There's no buttons anywhere around the car except for like 2.
It's like a convertible.
And don't worry, you'll see more of that later. So that thing right there, yeah, that's the key fob for the car. And while it looks simple, I can do a lot of things, such as opening the door from the key fob, as you can see right there. So as I walk around the car, you can really see how open and spacious it is in there. And as you see, if I walk around the car, the door will literally open itself so I can get in and drive. Okay, so check this out. I walk up and I press in the middle and the door opens for me. This is the future, people. One of the other great things about the Model X is its power. Now, you might think it's an electric car. It barely has any power, right? Well, you're wrong. It has a lot of power. How much power? Well, it can go 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds.
Alright, I'll show you some of the performance of it. You ready?
Oh my goodness.
That's 90.
Now, to put that in perspective, the Bugatti Veyron can do it in 2.5 seconds. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and I almost forgot. Tesla has this little thing called autopilot, and essentially what it is a driving assistant. So you can be on the highway and turn on autopilot while you can just sit there and relax. Now, what Tesla's doing is, by the end of 2017, they promise to have level 5 autonomy, which basically means your car can literally drive itself in any weather condition, in any street, which is pretty awesome. Right now we're in auto park. As you can see, there are no human input on the vehicle, and it's just doing it by itself. There you have it, folks. So, after spending the day with the guy who drove me around, I could tell that he knew a lot about Tesla, which prompted me to ask him to interview him, to which he responded, yes. So, I went in at another time, and I went to film his thoughts.
Oh, I just say that I can't have a lot of light, beautiful scratches, a lot of scratches. I can show it to you.
My name is Clint Swindell, here sales at Louisville Autoplex. The cars that we sell here, I'm a car fanatic, so the myriad of different cars that we sell here, from the Corvettes to the lifted trucks to the Teslas. It's an inventory that I love to sell. So. I don't know what. I'm a Corvette fan, and I love sports cars. And then when I started selling the Teslas, it gave that exhilaration, the 0 to 60. I mean, is immaculate in them, and that's what really. I love the pull of like the sports cars, and something that it's instant torque. That's what made me fall in love with it. I mean, you put your foot down on the pedal and you just go, and that's what made me fall in love with it. So, oh, definitely the 17-inch monitor, the screen. I mean, love the I love the layout of it. I love how you can switch it to be a full screen, or switch it top to bottom on both of those. Very intuitive, and any of the quick buttons that you use, right on the steering wheel, it's very user friendly. I think that's what I love about the vehicle. So I think it's only going to get better from here. I think that they're leaps and bounds of all the other manufacturers. I mean, just like the BMW i3 that we have right now. I mean, the range is head and shoulders above all the other electric vehicles. The Mitsubishi i-MiEV that's all electric. I mean, those ranges on these vehicles are less than 100, and I think that that's what Tesla does right, is that they get that the average driver is going to be above 100. So I think that that's what they do right about their vehicles. Oh gosh, yes, definitely. The autopilot. And the enhanced autopilot that's now coming out on the vehicles, literally where you just summon your vehicle to you, you pick it up, you go to work, you tell it to go park in the parking space, and it does that. You go to the mall and you tell it to come and pick you up at the front door. I mean, that's technology. That's where we're going with it. So. Not initially, no. When I drive the Tesla in autopilot mode, I feel like I'm more of a vigilant driver, because I'm more worried about the other drivers as opposed to my driving or the car driving itself. Now, the more the technology grows and the more people's other vehicles become more autonomous, absolutely, I'd be more and more comfortable with it. But right off the bat, no. It's funny. I have converted more Corvette, Hellcat, sports car buyers into the dealership. They were here for a particular vehicle, and somehow the conversation changed to, you know, the Tesla. And I'll just kind of throw it out there. Have you ever driven a Tesla? No, why would I? No, I would never drive an all-electric vehicle. And before you know it, I've got them out and, you know, test drive a Tesla. Before you know it, we're in finance, you know, buying a Tesla. And they never thought that they would buy something like that. You know, you find something easy to sell when you love what you're selling. And I love the Tesla.
Just a side note, if you ever need to buy a car from someone, buy it from Clint. He's the guy. Just saying. After the interview, Clint was nice enough to show us around back.
The 17-inch display? Is it a center console display, or are you talking
you
about
wanna
the
see
dash
it?
itself?
Get in the driver's seat. I'll show you some things.
Check out the doors. Oh no,
What?
no, just watch.
Oh, it comes down. Then you pull?
Yeah.
Oh, dirty at the windows.
So everything about the vehicle is controlled by the 17-inch monitor. Everything is full screen on a double tap, with the exception of the backup camera. So the backup camera can only be small, but anything like the web, you know, a double tap will take it to a full screen. Navigation, a double tap will take it to a full screen. Sunroof, you can change it to a percentage. You know, I could vent it here. You know, I can open it to 42%, or I can be completely open. And it's a full panoramic sunroof all the way back to the back. On the suspension, you know, if you need to go over some major bumps, you can. And above 55, I believe, it drops it down to low anyway. And you can actually see the car lowering. So this is a regular 110 outlet right here. What you can actually do is, you know, unplug this and plug in a 220 port. So like here's a 220 plug. What you would end up doing is just basically changing that out. But right now I have two Teslas charging, so I'm using one that's on the 220 outlet. This unit right here is just $550 at Tesla. And all you did was we just bought this, had an electrician come in, and a 220 that, yeah. And we plug up the Teslas, so.
So, why? Why? Why Tesla? Why does this video exist? Tesla's just as much a technology company as it is a car company. Technology is inevitable. It's always going to be growing. There's no way around it. And so what Tesla's done is they've created a sense of innovation in the car industry, and they're bringing all this new technology in their cars. I mean, it's hard not to get excited about this when you read and hear and see all these things that Tesla's doing, and it's kind of getting like a glimpse from the future, you know? While all these other car manufacturers are, you know, displaying their futuristic concepts and stuff, Tesla's actually doing it, especially with autopilot. I mean, who would have thought that it would have been coming in 2017? And not only that, but Tesla kind of killed two birds with one stone here, because on one hand they have a high-tech car that's capable, but on the other hand they also have an eco-friendly car that's really efficient. And I mean, just recently Tesla just announced that they bought Solar City so they could start making a better solar roof. So that's why this video exists. I really hope you took something out of this and learned from it as much as I did, because it's really worth sharing. I'm Ethan Wilson, and I'll catch you in the next one.
moniker, if you will, or what the emblem, if you will, on the Model 3 looks like. Do you remember? You know what it looks like?
Yeah, it's like the three little lines.
It's 3 lines, right? Okay. What model is this?
The S,
And what's the other one?
the X.
The X. And so the next model is rumored to be the Y. So it's rumored that he's spelling sexy. But technically, right now, he spelled sex.
Gotcha.
That's so funny.
Yeah. And then there's a little Easter egg.
Oh yeah.
On the Teslas. Elon is a big fan of James Bond. So 007, anything right here, changes the car to the spy who loved me. And, it changes it to leagues. So now I'm 20,000 leagues. Or, 2,000 leagues.
That's
So.
right.
And that's one of the Easter eggs on the vehicle. So. There is one more. Let's see if I can remember. Let's see if I can remember the when it's plugged in. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it changes it to a rainbow glow. That's an Easter egg that
That's
most
kinda
people
cool.
don't know. So.
Yeah.